Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving on the Southern Coastal Highway and we are going to talk about the Maypen to Discovery Bay alignments, building a highway from Maypen to Discovery Bay. Now, Jamaica is expanding its highway network. Recently, the government announced that they are going to have highways encircling all of Jamaica and they're going to be interconnected. Now, it's great to have highways running along the coast of Jamaica. That's where you have the major towns and major industries. But we also need a highway to go through the inland of Jamaica, from the south coast to the north coast. And one of the best routes for that highway would be from Maypen to Discovery Bay. Now, the original alignment of Highway 2000 was to go from Maypen to Discovery Bay. The original alignment, but it was changed and the highway went from Caymanos straight to Miami Bay. Now, when they were thinking about building the Highway 2000 in Jamaica, studies were done and there was a lot of discussion. And the committee that was put together to study the feasibility of doing the highway came up with the alignment of Maypen to Discovery Bay because it would connect a lot of the inland towns in Jamaica. Towns like Spalding, Cristiano would be connected via the highway. And it was also very important to have, sorry, Brownstone, Chapelton, Mandeville, Maypen, Discovery Bay, Christiana, Spalding, those towns would be connected via this highway alignment. But this highway wasn't built that way, it was built in another way, another alignment. So now that Jamaica is expanding its highway network, and we're talking major expansion, we need to discuss having this alignment from Maypen to Discovery Bay built. Now, because of the passage of Hurricane Melissa, a lot of the western part of Jamaica was cut off because they don't have highways down there and the roads were cut off and it created a serious problem in getting aid to the western part of Jamaica. Now the areas at the modern highway, which is like what we're driving on now, dual carriageway, these highways stood up well to the hurricane. There was no problem clearing these roads. There was no damage. So that's why the government decided that they need a highway like this, like what we're driving on, to go right around the island. And that's why we're saying we also need a highway from Maypen to Discovery Bay. So we're going to go through an update and give you more information on the Maypen to Discovery Bay highway. For years, Jamaicans have debated where the country's next major highway should go. One proposal stands out for its national impact: a modern highway linking Maypen in Clarendon to Discovery Bay in St. Ann. This corridor is not just another road project, it represents a return to an original vision behind Highway 2000, one that aimed to unite the island through balanced interior development. Maypen is one of Jamaica's most important inland towns. It sits in the heart of Clarendon, a parish known for agriculture, agro-processing, manufacturing, and trade. Discovery Bay, on the other hand, lies on the north coast, close to major resort areas and cruise activity, and acts as a gateway to Ocho Rios and Runaway Bay. A highway between these two points would create a direct north-south spine, cutting travel time dramatically and opening up central Jamaica in a way that existing roads simply cannot. For decades, major infrastructure has favored Kingston to the east of the island. A Maypen Discovery Bay highway would shift growth inland, giving Clarendon, Manchester, and interior St. Ann the same development boost that Highway 2000 brought to St. Catherine and St. Ann. Clarendon and Manchester are breadbaskets of Jamaica. Faster, safer access to North Coast hotels, ports, and markets would reduce spoilage, lower transport costs, and encourage new agro-processing plants near highway interchanges. This highway would allow tourism dollars to flow inland. Visitors staying on the North Coast could easily reach heritage sites, farms, cool climate towns, and ecotourism attractions in central Jamaica. This spreads tourism benefits beyond the beaches. Every major highway creates new towns and suburbs, industrial parks near Maypen, residential growth around Mandeville, and commercial expansion in interior St. Anne would generate thousands of jobs and long-term economic activity. What many Jamaicans don't know is that early national planning identified a Maypen to Discovery Bay corridor as a logical north-south highway route. The idea was simple. Use Maypen as a southern anchor because of its industrial and agricultural role, and use Discovery Bay as a northern anchor because of tourism, port access, and proximity to Ocho Rios. When Highway 2000 was eventually built from Caymanas to Ocho Rios, development followed that eastern route. While successful, it left central Jamaica without a comparable growth engine. Reviving the Maypen to Discovery Bay alignment would reconnect Highway 2000 with its original nation-building purpose, not just traffic relief. Alright guys, that's the end of the update. Let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the section below. Alright guys, have a good day.